Hello MS community. Today I am going to use the MS Cookbook to make the basic everyday bread, which is on page 25. This is a really important bread for our family. I think it's a substantial, fundamental part of the MS diet. We use this bread to make French toast in the morning with eggs and a bit of cinnamon and vanilla. We use it in the afternoon to make sandwiches with roasted turkey or roasted chicken or baba ganoush that's made the way we make it in the cookbook, just with eggplant and olive oil. And we use it to snack in between with delicious jam that we make with honey or sometimes a little bit of maple syrup. So today we're going to make the basic everyday bread. What I really love about this bread is that it's made in one bowl. You can make it more complicated, but you don't need to. Just one bowl. Everything goes into one bowl. So I've laid out a few things for myself. I have 3/4 of a cup of almond butter. Now, as you know, I like to use organic everything because it is without pesticides or fumigants or herbicides, but any almond butter will do. So you're going to take 3/4 of a cup of almond butter and you're going to scrape it all out. At some point, we're going to get it all out. And then you're going to take 6 eggs. I've already broken the eggs. There's 6 eggs in here. And you're going to throw 6 eggs into your bowl. Simple. After the 6 eggs, you're going to take a quarter of a cup of coconut oil, and you're going to put that into your bowl. You can see that I use the same cup for everything, which I think is really great because each time I put something in the cup, I get a little bit more of that sticky almond butter out, okay? So that really helps me. We are then going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And the apple cider vinegar is going to go right in there. 1/4 teaspoon. This is again an organic apple cider vinegar. And to that we are also going to add a teaspoon of baking soda. And we don't want to have too much baking soda. It's actually, it's a full teaspoon of baking soda. I'm looking at the recipe. Top that off, put that in there. And after that, we're going to have a pinch of salt. And when I mean the pinch, I really just put my hands in the salt and pinch some in there. I don't like to use too much salt. The next thing we're going to use, this is pretty much the wet ingredients in here, right? So aside from the almond butter, we've got the eggs and the coconut oil and the apple cider vinegar. And now we're going to add the dry ingredients. And to the dry ingredients, we're going to add 3 topping tablespoons of coconut flour. It has to be coconut flour because the consistency of the bread is very dependent upon a flour that's kind of thick. And you saw I had a kind of heaping teaspoons there. And then we're going to add, very importantly, a 1/4 cup of flax seeds. You can use any flax seeds that you like. I happen to like golden flax seeds. And actually, you could use more flax seeds if you like them. And I'm actually going to do that right now because my husband and I like flax seeds. So I have almost a little bit more than a 1/4 cup there. And again, put that all into the cup with the almond butter. And you'll see that the flax seeds grab hold of the almond butter. And the rest of the almond butter comes out of the cup, which I like because I don't like to waste anything. So now it's almost all out of the cup because it's all on the flax seeds. See? It's almost all out of the cup. And the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. And after that, 2 tablespoons of honey. And then after that, we're going to mix it all together. And we're going to put it into the 2 heaping teaspoons of honey. And we're going to put it into the baking pan. And I should say that I have already heated the oven to 350 degrees. So the oven is hot behind me. So now you can see I'm just mixing the wet and the dry ingredients, and the almond butter is pretty thick. So everything kind of sticks together. And everything gets easier and easier. And now I'm just moving it all around. And I'm going to add a little twist to this bread today, which is that I'm going to add some sunflower seeds to it, because I think that will be a nice consistency. I've never done that before, but it should be delicious. You can see I'm just mashing it all up. It's getting easier and easier. The almond butter, which was once very thick, is now very thin. It's all mixing up really, really nicely. It doesn't really matter if it's lumpy. The important thing is you don't want the coconut flour or the baking soda to be lumpy. So you just kind of move it all around. But the bread itself has the consistency of the thick almond butter. So I'm going to add, as I said, some sunflower seeds. These are raw sunflower seeds, but you could use roasted. I'm probably going to put about 1/4 cup in there. And that's also going to just give it a nice consistency, I think. As I said, I haven't done it before. So that's everything. Took what, about 5 minutes? Really simple and easy. And so delicious when you taste this bread. What I really love about it, and it took me a long time to figure out how to make this bread, because what I was looking for when I was making this bread was a bread that would slice nicely. And a lot of the breads that I experimented with and tried to make and failed a number of times just didn't slice well. They just were either too hard or too soft. But this bread, I finally got the recipe down, figured out how to make it slice like regular bread. When you take a knife to this and you put it by itself or in the toaster, you basically get this really great consistency that will make you think that you have a traditional sandwich bread. And that's good, because a lot of us have grown up with sandwiches, and sandwiches have a really delightful taste. My husband loves to make sandwiches. Takes a long time making his sandwiches. Puts all sorts of delicious things on them. One of the things we like with this bread is a sliced turkey, either freshly made turkey, which we slice, or a organic sliced turkey that we buy in the store. And we love to put that with basil, with fresh basil, and sometimes tomatoes in the summer. And it's really good. Sometimes we put a vegan aioli. I have a delicious recipe for an aioli in the cookbook, which allows you to eat a mayonnaise type of thing. So that's the end of it. You have a beautiful bread. I'm going to pop it into the oven, and I'm going to wait till about what does it say, 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'm going to have a delightful bread. So enjoy basic organic bread from the MS Cookbook. Have a wonderful day. Stay